up. So Venus and Taurus, Venus and Taurus, Venus in Taurus. Let's break this down. So, what is Venus? Venus is the planet of love, appreciation, values, and how you relate to others, right? So like it's really, I mean, it's just that simple, man. That's what it does. But let's break it down through the lens of Taurus. So Taurus was birthed from the second house. This means its overarching influence is all those second house life situations. These life situations are those of like your values, what you have, and like basically things that ground you and what you can point to. It's Taurus's house, so it works well as its overarching influence. Now, what the planets that Taurus is influenced by are the moon. It's exalted in the moon. It's ruled by Earth and co-ruled by Venus, which works out for this placement. Yeah. And then it is away in Mars and Pluto. These are both. Oh my god, these are both freaking planets that try to get you to do something. It's not one is the feeling that actually gets you to do something, but then one is the feeling that gets you to it's that feeling that pushes you. It's like that feeling that for those who really don't like doing school presentations and shit like that, it's that feeling that you get right before that. It pushes you so strong. It's like, oh, I don't want to get in front of people. I don't want to get in front of people. I don't want to get in front of people. And then you do. If Taurus doesn't like that just as much as you don't. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more. Who knows? It's dependent on the person. And then the last planet that Taurus kind of angles, at least in a major way, is Uranus. It falls in Uranus. What is Uranus? Uranus is the planet of change itself. It's what Pluto's trying to do, but it's too damn far to do it, so it can't do it. And that's just kind of what Uranus is. Now, before we get into the attributes of a Venus and Taurus sign, we have to understand the element and modality of Taurus, and that is fixed Earth, being fixated on your own ways of thinking and practicality, right? So, how this sort of plays out with Venus is that, Venus is very certain in what it loves and appreciates and values and how or if it wants to relate to others, right? And a big correlating point with Taurus is they need to have ground to stand on. And sort of, if you kind of think about like why it works well with Venus, is because Venus is the planet of, as I mentioned, love, appreciation, values. You're going to remember that by the end of this video. And why this is kind of like goes well with Taurus is, think about it. The second house does deal with your values. It is the influence of your values. So at least they have that going on together, right? On what this and man, I always feel so calm when I talk about Taurus, man. I guess I'm channeling Taurus a little bit, some shit like that. But yeah, values, right? So a value could really be anything. It could be you could value what you have. You could value like physical things. Like I could value like this piece of paper with my notes of like shit to write on. I didn't really remember to write things on, but that's besides the point. This is my sign anyway, so I can talk about it. But yeah. So they don't really have to. It doesn't really. They have to have ground to walk on with what they value, So it's just like if you come up with like a Taurus and like most people like French fries, right? And they don't really, they value their health and they don't like having their arteries clogged up and they're not feeling it at that moment in time. They're gonna look at you like, why are you wasting my time with this? Like, why did you bring this to me? I don't give a fuck about these French fries. I'm trying to be healthy, man. You came up with me some raspberries, it would have been like, oh hell yeah, man, that's sweet like candy and it energizes me and nourishes me and does all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'd be happy about that. But if I don't care about it, I don't care about it. I have no ground to walk on, so why even pay it any mind? I'm not gonna do that. I don't appreciate it. Like that's just kind of like how Venus and Taurus people really feel about it. They just don't, like, they care about what they care about. They have it in this corner, and they have what they don't care about in this corner. A Venus and Taurus person may take something so, like, they may, before they have an understanding of, like, how other people feel about things, like, even though that's dependent on their other sign, so they may not notice it that bad, but, like, they don't, like, if they were to get, like, a present as a birthday party, at like a birthday party as a little kid, they may rate the freaking present and put it in different piles of like what they like right then and there. Be like, oh, okay, this is my really like pile. I really like this. I can actually play with this right now. I want to play with it right now. I want to open this though and see what's in this. I don't really like this that much. I'm gonna put it in my medium pile. Maybe I'll play with it when I get bored. And then they'll have their pile of like what they don't like. It's like, you got me socks. I don't care about this. Why would you give me this? This is no practical value to what I want to do right now. And what I want to do is play. So why can't you give me something I enjoy? And like they may not recognize that like other people have feelings too at that age and time, but they'll get along to it. They'll get around to it. You know, it'll just take them time. They have to, you know, you can't push the bull, man. It happens in their own time. Like if they have a stark freaking if they have like a stark like situation where it's like, don't act like this, you're hurting their other feelings, and it like changes their whole mentality about it, they will be shocked enough and remember that situation. But it's like, remember, it's Venus, their love, appreciation, value. So it's based in like, they're just like, they're actually thinking about like, do I actually like this? No, I don't. So I'd have to pay any attention to it. And that's just what's going on with that. Now, in regards to like relating with people and stuff, this sign kind of like, they have a they have an interesting dynamic about with it. Let me put it to you that way. You know, if they want to, here I'll toss you the bone with this one. If they like if they actually like a person and they want to show that they like someone, they won't like do it. They won't do it in the sense of like, oh, they're like, maybe they'll tell you that they like you and actually like give you reassurances, but they could just understand that you like that, and they could understand that you have something that they want. They recognize that these are the practical steps to get to that point to where I can achieve what I want through you and make you appear that I look like you. But we're not talking about that yet. You know, Venus and Taurus people, they can it gets crazy with how manipulative and how comfortable they can actually be with lying. But we're not talking about that right now. Let me just do my thing before I jump ship in a way. But yeah, give you a little too much game. I can't say too much, man. But yeah. But yeah, so Venus and Taurus people, they would, if they actually do like you, they will give you something. They will actually give you something and be like, here, you're my friend. I don't actually give people presents on their birthdays because I don't really care about them that much. But I like you, so I'm going to give you this. Oh, you like say Totoro or something? I'm gonna give you something that you can like carry with it every day. I'm gonna give you a little music box that plays the little song where it's like do 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 do. You only see him when you're very young. Totoro, Totoro. And I may sing a little song while I'm doing it, you know? And that's just what Venus and Taurus does, man. They show you what they like. They're very straight, and they appear to be upfront and very like certain about why they're here and what they like and why they're with you. But where the lines get blurred is if you have like, and this is completely dependent on like your other signs, but if you have some very unstable signs to back up this Taurus, things can get a little wonky, right? Things can get crazy to the point where it's kind of like, oh, okay, I don't like you, but I like the fact that you can give me rides to this place that I like, so I'm going to value that. I'm going to value that aspect of you. I may not actually care about you as an individual, but I need to get rides to places. Like, I want to go do things. I want to have fun too. Just because I don't have a car doesn't mean that I can't live like this too. I want to enjoy these things, and I want to enjoy them now. So how do I do this? Oh, okay. I'm going to talk to this, and this person that has a car. Like, I would likely like to have a person that has, that I enjoy, so I can actually enjoy the ride with them. But more often than not, I'm going to value this ride more than I value you. So, what this person would do is they would understand the fact that, oh, okay, this person has a car, they like going to this place too, so I'm going to be friends with them, They'll do everything from a practical perspective of what they have to do to be friends with that person. But they can still, like, completely just be like, I don't actually care about this person. I'm just doing this because I value the car. They don't need to know that, and it's a very important aspect that they don't know that, because then I can't get this ride. So they will do everything and sweet talk you because the strength behind what they actually value from this person is stronger than their care for that person. And you get what I'm saying in a way? It's a weird line to walk when you're this sign. Although you'll understand it if you are this sign. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, they don't it's really like a path of least resistance situation where it's just like, what do they care about more? If they do actually care about you, they'll be the most loving people in the world. But you gotta remember, they do have that little switch they can flip where it's just like, the bull changes directions. And it's like, oh, okay, I want this actual physical thing rather than this person. And it can go either way. And you just have to know by, you can just, if you do know this person's signs and you know that they are this sign, it'll be pretty easy to tell. It's once you understand how they operate and why they do this, it's easy to see it. But if you don't know about it, it'll just look like, oh, okay, this person's my buddy. They're gonna give a ride with them. I'm just giving them a ride. They're my buddy. But then, it may take you a long time to realize that this person doesn't actually like you, and they don't, and they're the more beneficiary in the relationship. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it works. But other than that, like, Taurus is just, they're pretty cool. Like, if they actually have their intentions right from your perspective, the opposing perspective, then they'll be okay. Like, you just got to check and make sure that, like, that they're searching for reassurance from you in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because if they are searching for that, then that shows that they actually want you to care about them, and it's not just the physical thing that they're going after. But other than that, let me just run down the signs again so you remember. So Venus and Taurus, right? This is the planet of their co-ruler. They're actually ruled by Earth, and then they're exalted in the moon, like your reactions and your responses and how your general state of being about things. And then they are away in Mars. They don't like to be pushed to actions that they don't want to do, so don't push them on things that they don't appreciate. And then definitely don't make them feel like they have to choose or be in a dire situation that'll come to, like, they can't have this in order to have this, and then vice versa. They don't like that Pluto feeling. And then if you just change it and take what they love right away, ooh, you're gonna have some problems, man. You're gonna get the horns from that bull, man. You're gonna have a fucked up situation. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Anyways, Venus and Taurus.